Hello and welcome to Money Matters. As Hong Kong battles the fifth wave of COVID-19, people are spending more time at home and buying more groceries. Business is booming for grocery stores, and Zelichin reports new companies are entering the market and providing some healthy alternatives.
Roasted ham thinly sliced. Browsing the honey section. Steak for dinner.
Markets like this one are busy these days because many people are buying groceries and cooking dinner at home, ever since the Hong Kong government banned dine-in services at 6 p.m.
Shelves were emptied at grocery stores around town as people stocked up on food to prepare for the large-scale lockdown for mass COVID testing, now put on hold.
I've already made some dishes at home that's put into the freezer so that I don't have to worry about coming out to rush out for an ingredient or rushing out for food because I do have a bit of a stockpile.
That is, we bring from Italy the classic Italian pork sausage.
Gianni is a chef. He owns restaurants and this chain of grocery stores. In anticipation of the potential citywide lockdown, he also stocked up on inventory.
We're working lately to try to bring more food to fill our shop. We bring lots of wine. We have a good stock of wine. We have the pasta. We bring 3 of dry pasta, 3 brands of the dry pasta, some with egg.
So Gianni, what new products did you introduce for the fifth wave of COVID?
We do almost ready meal, the Milanese, where people doesn't want to put like the breading and everything, get messy, then they take and they cook at home. Roast chicken to mashed potato.
Oh, it's a tiny chicken for one person.
One person, then can have it with the, and we try to be like better quality.
Yeah, then it's a standard entree and you just add some vegetables and you'll have your meal.
People can also, if they have to work for home, then at least they can feel they warm the food when they like.
Gianni has noticed that his customers are buying healthier items during the fifth wave versus the previous waves.
Compares like the first years of lockdown where people almost, they were doing party at home. Oh, okay, let's do roast meat, let's do... Now I see a little bit more organized buying. People almost planning, okay, I'm gonna eat more vegetable, I'm gonna eat less meat, or I'm eating the fish. Is less of impulsive buying.
Lately, he's had difficulties with staffing the stores because some colleagues were out sick with COVID. But he managed to find restaurant employees to help out.
We did open a shop sometime with 1 person instead of 3. The good things being also chef, I can get a little bit of source from fellow colleague from chef to come to work because the restaurant, they are closed.
Despite the problems, revenues at his grocery stores have increased by 50% year-on-year during the pandemic, and he's expanded from 4 to 6 shops. Hong Kong's grocery retail sector grew by 8.2% in 2020 compared to before the pandemic. In 2022, it's projected to grow by 5.2% year-on-year to $114 billion.
Well, it really depends on where the wet markets are located.
The head of research at a market intelligence provider says the growth in the grocery sector is driven by consumers' fears during the pandemic.
People are starting to stockpile the food and beverage products as well as other home supplies to ensure that they have enough resources to stay home during the COVID time.
And new grocery retailers have popped up during the pandemic.
What's popular here?
So this is the chicken kidney.
Chicken kidney?
Yeah. So
it's a good snack.
It's also like good for soju, Korean makgeolli.
Okay, I see.
So you can microwave it and or defrost it, and then you can fry it as well.
Michelle Ngang is a general manager for a food and beverage company. It brought this Korean frozen food brand to the Hong Kong market in November 2020. The products are popular with Koreans and Hong Kongers who have a taste for the cuisine from the southern part of the peninsula.
We have office lady that buy our instant meal, that they can just buy it and take back to office to heat it up straight away. We also have workers that buy our protein shake and nutrition meal replacement. And housewife and family intend to buy all the chicken nuggets, all the marinated meat.
The company opened 4 more outlets in 2021 because of low rents and a growth in demand. Sales have increased by about 25% month-on-month this year.
People not really to have dinner outside now, so they like to come and buy a couple of meals and take home and heat it up.
Herbert says frozen food retailers are expanding in Hong Kong because they sell quality products at affordable prices.
During this time, people's income level are affected. We can see that hair salon and fitness centers, they are all closed down sometime in the year. And that's why people are looking for an affordable choice of food and beverage, but yet at better quality. And that's why frozen food, they actually improvise frozen meat like the premium A5 Wagyu from Australia.
This product designer also started a grocery retail business during the pandemic last year.
Today we are in Twin Moon to collect our ingredients for our vending machine. So we are here to pack all the dressing and the tools for the vegetable. And we were going to develop to our first client.
The first drop-off is at a residential estate.
Edward, what kind of food are you selling here?
We're selling here is the vegetable, which is for hot pots and also general vegetables and also the salad vegetables. This is the very first idea. Then we put some more like oven-operated curry rice and also some dessert.
So people can get their entire meal from here?
Well, actually, yes.
The vegetables are packaged with nitrogen, which slows down the decay of the produce. He says the salads stay fresh for at least 7 days instead of about 3 days. The first vending machines were put in remote locations in Shau Tau Kok in the new territories.
This area actually is very far out and is full of village houses, which is no big supermarket and also no convenience store. So people will be very lack of this kind of vegetable and other food supply.
Now he has 10 vending machines, mostly located at private residential estates in the northern parts of Hong Kong. He has a profit-sharing agreement with the venues. They take care of the electricity supply, and they receive 4 to 10% of total sales. Edward's company is responsible for the maintenance of the machines and inventory. Sales has increased 20% month-on-month during the 5th wave.
Because people, they don't want to go out, they just want to stay safe in their own area, so they come up and buy the vegetable.
Herbert expects that the 5th wave will end by this summer.
If we look and expect that there is a partial recovery in the second half of the year, we believe the overall grocery demand will be relatively stable because consumers in Hong Kong are less worried about the stockpiling needs of the grocery goods.
China's electric vehicle maker BYD says it will partner with oil giant Shell to set up ventures in both China and Europe. The two would form a joint venture in China to develop a vehicle charging network. The network would begin with operating more than 10,000 EV charging terminals in Shenzhen before expanding to other cities. In Europe, Shell will provide membership services for BYD customers on the latter's charging network. They would also develop fleet solutions and charging services. SoftBank Group is reportedly seeking a valuation of at least $60 billion for British chip designer ARM when the business goes public. Bloomberg reports the Japanese conglomerate is set to pick Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and Mizuho Financial as the lead underwriters. In 2020, SoftBank announced a deal to sell ARM to NVIDIA. But ARM's customers opposed the takeover and regulators worldwide gave it close scrutiny. The deal began to collapse after U.S. authorities sued to block it in December, and NVIDIA walked away last month. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission says it continued to engage with its Chinese counterpart about getting access to company auditor reports. But the question remains unclear whether Beijing would grant the access required under a new U.S. listing law. But it has said it was confident to reach an agreement with Washington about the matter. Chinese stocks listed in the U.S. have tumbled as Washington released the names of dozens of Chinese companies that could potentially be delisted.
When Money Matters returns, harbor views in Wanchai District. Stay with us. Welcome back to Money Matters. Properties located near transport and urban hubs seem to be handling the softer property market much better than other districts. Add an unobstructed sea view and you're likely to see higher prices. Alice Kahn continues our flat hunt in Wanchai and checks out a unit with a panoramic harbor view.
Wanchai District is known for its nightlife. It was once the backdrop of the 1960 film The World of Susie Wong. Expat residents and visitors are everywhere. Elaine works in Wanchai. She and her husband are in search of an apartment in the area.
There is good transport link in the coming future, the Shatin to Central link. It's convenient, you've got lots of restaurants and bars, and it's just nice to live.
Property in a good location will always fetch a high price, but due to the fifth wave of COVID, property prices in Wanchai District fell as much as 10% since December last year.
There are so many uncertainties around the world and in Hong Kong itself. The war, the interest rates could be rising. At the moment, the market is quite quiet. There are some negotiation power.
Elaine and her husband's budget is around $25 million. They prefer Wanchai North. So we return to the Convention Plaza project to see if there was a suitable flat for Elaine. In mid-2018, the average transacted price of the building fetched $39,275 per square foot. But due to COVID, the price dropped 28.8% to $27,964. The flat we looked at is a 748 square foot unit. The owner is asking $27.8 million or $37,165 per square foot, higher than the average price in the project. We found the owner had made some changes to the layout.
The original layout is the enclosed kitchen. The wall is here and up to here. The owners want a more spacious area, so he locked down the wall and make an open kitchen like here.
Now it's more connected.
So you can see the countertop here is enlarged, so the user can make the bread pizza here and can communicate with the friends in front of them. And when you finish cooking, you can pass the food over here.
The kitchen is well equipped.
There are built-in electric appliances like range hood, electric cooker, and oven.
Are there any storage?
Sure, there are plenty of storage.
Oh yeah, there's lots of storage. All these built-in electrical appliances, will they stay?
Yes, they will stay, but the fridge may not.
Then you can save lots of money.
The dining area was next.
The table is so small, can we fit a larger table?
You can, because the dining area is quite spacious. You can put an extend table, which can fit for 10 persons. And you can have party here. The size of the living and the dining area is around 300 square feet.
Well, it's much larger. I thought it's 400 square feet.
It looks more spacious because there's no bay window. Normally, the new building has bay window, but this building is over 30 years, so they don't have bay window and the size is more usable.
And also, there's quite a lot of space here. What sort of furniture we can fit here?
Okay, you can see there's a 3-seat sofa here, but we can put one more 2-seat sofa here and put a coffee table here.
Actually, there's more space over there.
Yes, let's move on that side.
Okay.
The owner separated the living area with a table.
Yvonne, this is table here. What's this table for?
You can put some creative items here, but I would suggest you buy an antique cabinet to make it nicer.
But it takes up quite a lot of space.
You can remove this table and put the sofa up to here. This area is enough for 8 people sofa.
The living area has a very large window overlooking the convention and exhibition center. The harbor is at your feet.
Well, Yvonne, this flat has a very nice sea view.
Yes, this is the best part of the unit. You can see the Victoria Harbour view. In front of us is the cultural center. That side is the ICC. At the daytime, you can see the boat. And at the nighttime, when all the lights on, you can see a very beautiful night views. During Chinese New Year, you can enjoy a very nice, very big firework. It's just over your head.
The single bedroom is also quite roomy.
This room is very spacious. What's the size?
This room is around 200 square feet.
Well, 200 square feet. It's actually a size of a nano flat.
Yes. The nano flats include the living room, toilets, and kitchen. But this is just a room.
A king-size bed can be placed in the middle, and there's still room to walk around the bed.
Can we fit more furniture here?
Sure. You see the cabinet here? Actually, you can replace this by a dressing table.
Okay. And how about here?
This has got plenty of space to put a working table here. As now it's COVID, many people work from home, so that's very ideal.
There's a large built-in wardrobe offering storage space.
This flat has quite lots of fixture. If the buyer buy them, then usually we do the whole place. It might take quite a lot of money to remove them and redo the whole place.
Yes. In fact, if the buyer like it, it can save a lot of renovation costs, but they really want to redo it, it may cost more than 300,000.
The bedroom also has that sea view. The bathroom is quite decent, but it doesn't have any window, so there isn't any ventilation.
The owner is asking 27.8 million, right? Actually, it's higher than the average. Would the buyer actually pay the premium for the sea view?
Actually, the view is an important factor to determining the price, as this unit is on upper floor and with a good sea view. Many people love this unit. And the below unit downstairs, they are asking for 28 million already. So this is very bargaining.
But is it market price then?
It's a bit higher than the bank valuation. Today's bank valuation is 26.5 million.
We brought Elaine and Jonathan to browse through the flat. What is their verdict?
The first thing caught my eye was the view, the really nice looking harbour view. And the second thing was the space around here. It's really spacious.
There aren't any particular acute corners in the apartment, so again, I could move the furniture around.
But they're concerned with the number of bedrooms that could become inconvenient.
The single bedroom isn't a problem. However, the size of the apartment as a whole gives us the possibility to make another room and make it into a 2-bedroom apartment should we require that in the future.
Maybe extend a little bit of the kitchen outward. I quite like cooking and I like to have a bigger kitchen.
They hope the owner lowers the price.
I would still try to negotiate with the landlord, yeah. Yeah, because of the view, it's spectacular.
we will try and use the current economic climate as a negotiation tool. So anything between 7 to 10% will be our target.
The unit is on the top level with the full harbour view. It can achieve 35,000, but compared with the asking price at 37,000 Hong Kong per square foot, I think there is still a room of negotiation by around 3 to 5%.
Kit says prices should strengthen after the Sha Tin Central Link is finished.
It has already grown in a quite good momentum, compared with other locations, due to the limited supply and good infrastructures. That market, which is quite unique. I think the residential price in the future can grow further amid the further implementations of infrastructure projects in that area.
War can sometimes bring a boom to business, in this case, literally and figuratively. The rush for guns and gun training has boomed in the western Ukrainian city of Lviv, with the queue at one gun range including one man who hadn't fired a gun in years. The customer says, "I haven't had a weapon in my hands since I was in the Soviet Army. I was shooting with an automatic weapon. I bought a gun to see how it feels. To shoot nowadays is very important. You need to know about everything." The owner of the shop says he offered 700 firearms before Russia's invasion and is now down to 40. He says the gun sales boom started 3 or 4 weeks before the war began. People understood that they needed something for self-defense, so during this period, thousands and thousands of guns were sold in Ukraine. He says all guns are best sellers now. A Kalashnikov machine gun, adapted for civilian use, will cost a buyer around $800 in today's inflated, war-torn market. But the owner acknowledged how difficult it would be for new gun owners without experience to successfully shoot a target, let alone at a soldier shooting back. He's saying 10 times the number of visitors at his shop, and says almost all the new clients are coming for self-defense.
That's the show. Thanks for watching. Next week on Money Matters, relocation is on the rise among people and pets. See you then. Good night.